folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. It's Nick Granville coming to you from Wellington, New Zealand. It's my daily thing I do on YouTube, Guitar Daily. So I thought I'd talk about Steve Cropper today. One of my favourite guitarists, period, and some of the most classic kind of guitar parts. I've borrowed from him an immense amount, so that's kind of why I had to share this today. So I thought I'd talk about my three probably favourites that I use the most, right? Where I steal ideas from, and I use these all the time in blues settings, in soul settings, R&B, anything like that, even in pop settings a lot of the time. So we're going to start with Soul Man. This is my favourite Steve Cropper part. It's one of my favourite rhythm guitar parts of any. So the first bit, just awesome. Essentially it's G, and I heard that he wrote this because he tried to do the reverse of Midnight Hour, I think it was, or Knock on Wood, one of those tunes, and he took the reverse pattern. So right, it's like a G chord, so G, D, B, it's kind of sixth, and then B flat, and then, by the way, none of these I'm going to play verbatim because YouTube algorithm stuff. So yeah, I'll try and play them as close as I think I can get away with. And the next bit, which is actually my favourite bit, it's awesome. It's like a G chord, and then it's kind of all pentatonic based, right? We play this as a regular in one of the bands I play in. It's just so much fun. And then the next bit, I love that bend. And usually when I play this, actually, I play the first chord, and then I go, and I double the horn line there instead of going down to the F. Mostly because there's no horn players in my band when we play this song, so I end up having to do a lot of the horn lines, but that's one that I do. And then the last bit, so C over E, D. It's just fantastic. That's my kind of guitar playing. The second one I'm going to talk about is the classic Green Onions from Booker T and the MGs. This is classic Steve Cropper, and it's really quite simple, but that's the thing, he was always in service of the song, not himself. He always put himself second and the song first, and all it is really to start with is an F minor, and he just hits, and it's really short. It's not playing the bass line, that's actually played by the organ, but he's just, I'll play it for now so you can hear it together. And then same thing moves up to B flat. And the result was just 2, 3, 4. And he has this really cutting Telecaster kind of sound that just goes, it kind of jumps out of the mix in a good kind of way. And that's all it is. It's just a really simple little guitar part like that, but it's just perfect. His groove is great, sound is great, everything just works for that song. And then during the main melody line played by the organ, he just doubles the bass line. Back to, right? And of course there's a little bit of a solo this sort of stuff. It's not really even solo, it's really more like a rhythm kind of solo, which is what he did when he played solos. They were kind of rhythm parts a lot of the time, and I love that. So yeah, really have that stabby kind of chord bit for the first bit, and then when it goes to the main melody line, he drops back into the bass line to kind of sit in behind it. It's brilliant guitar playing. So those are things that I think about a lot when I try and come up with my own rhythm parts and songs. And the last one I thought I'd talk about is actually probably one of the more famous of these, and this is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, which Steve Cropper played. A little bit of a different sound. It's a darker tone. It sounds to me like it could be neck pickup, and quite possibly with the tone control wound back. This sort of tone. Yeah, apparently he did this after Otis had passed, so I thought that was kind of cool that he essentially finished it up and got a writing credit for it. So there's the acoustic part. Dum, 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 boom. Right, and all that stuff that goes on. And then it goes to the chorus, and the chorus chords are G, E minor, right? G, E minor, G, A, G, E, right? And he plays this cool part, bit darker. Isn't that awesome? It's like the top part of a G chord. That one. You've got the 9 and the 5. I'd never have thought to do that on that. Right? But the cool thing about it is when he goes to that chord, the last one. Oh. He resolves with that, right? It's awesome, awesome guitar part. And then in the second verse he goes. Which again shows his compositional kind of way of playing. That the first verse is essentially that acoustic guitar strumming, then he comes in on the chorus. Second verse he plays this part to sort of give it a bit more build into the second chorus and so on. And then it all kind of leads towards the biggest bit, which is the bridge. But yeah, just that guitar part kills me. So there I was playing against the root notes. So I hope you found this useful. Check out Steve Cropper. He's a bad dude. I just love his playing. Legendary studio musician Stax records, all that sort of stuff. He was involved with a lot of that. You've heard him before, even if you didn't necessarily know the name. Hopefully now you do. Yeah, so thanks so much. If you found this useful, please subscribe. Post every day on YouTube. The Buy Me a Coffee thing is linked below if you want to do that. Or check out my albums. They're free on Bandcamp or any of that kind of stuff. It all helps. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.